Good evening, folks. um, my name is Jacqueline My name is Jacqueline Cousins, and I'm back by popular demand. And I want to talk about this video game. Now, I've been hearing people been commenting about these video games, talking about oh, I don't like Call of Duty Ghosts, and Call of Duty Ghosts is a video. It's like a war video game, where you get yourself involved in the war. So I want to talk about this game called Call of Duty Ghosts. Now, I want to review this because I just like looking at war video games as a movie and not actually playing it, because I don't like playing war games like that. The reason why I want to do this, it's kind of interesting. It has some interesting story. The ending was bogus as hell, but I'm going to get to that later on. So, now I'm going to start this review off. And this is the game I found. This is like a walkthrough game. And I found it on Spotting Games. It's on YouTube / Spotting Games. Look for it. Look for it. So here it is. This story starts off with Elias, a soldier, telling his story to his sons, Logan and Hash. He's telling a story about how he knows ghosts. He talks about the enemy and barging in the company to destroy how the enemies were powerful, and the American soldiers give the enemies all the fight they have, and all the enemies were dead except for one. He said running around in the desert. He was saying something about ghosts. Hash thought the story was bullshit. He didn't believe it was true. They started heading back to the house. All of a sudden the ground started shaking a little bit. Okay. Elias talking about they used to freak the hell out of your mama. Okay. It didn't freak me out. I wasn't in the earth. But I wasn't in no earthquake, so I don't know that. The ground shook some more. He's like, well, we're just gonna get a couple more before things settles down. Then it kept shaking. He's like, oh, okay, let's get to the house and make sure nothing damaged. One thing I want to say about this whole situation. First of all, when you get in no damn house, when there's an earthquake, you find a place to hide, cause ain't no house is gonna protect you from no damn earthquake. They climb up the mountain, the street. As they got to the street, it got worse. Now all of a sudden, some kind of fireball shooting towards the earth, and then Elias talking about it's Olden. What is Olden? I don't know. They ran down the street. They run to their house into safety. They tell the boys to get in the house. And he just grabbed the truck. Like I said, I wouldn't be in no damn house when there's an earthquake. I wouldn't send my kids in no house. I would take my kids with me. I think it's kind of stupid for Elias to send the boys in the house and like they just gonna stand there. They went up in the house. Harris was like, what was Dad talking about? What is Odin? And then the house breaks apart. They ran to the front of the house. They ran through the front, I guess. To the front door. They came out the front door. They bust the door open. Then the story switched back like 15 minutes earlier. And outer space with the two astronauts. One was Specialist Miss Carol Mosley, Carol Mosley, and Sergeant Baker were out in space checking on Odin control, making sure everything is fine. So Odin is like a big old machine, big old station. It's like one of these missile launch. So I see what the Odin is. Their ship arrived. Their ship has arrived, so they both headed back to secure shuttle. They head to the secure station, Claire was about glad that she heading back home. The crew was waiting on them. Kara Baker arrived to a spot. All of a sudden, the guys in orange astronaut suits, not even from America, started shooting at the whole crew. Kara closed the door, locks it. One of them left for the dead. Karen Baker moved to another tunnel. Some Olden astronauts saying that enemies are taking over Olden control and they're taking fire. They moved and they ran into one of the enemies. Barker shoots one of them. Baker shoots one of them. They say it was Federation who has broken the truce with the U.S. government. First of all, my whole thing is, why do you make deals with enemies like that? You know y'all some fools for that. But now all they need to do is hurry up and stop the enemies before they take control of Olden. Before I continue with this, I want to say this right. This part right here reminds me of Mulan. This movie called Mulan, where this one soldier was walking back and forth just protecting the walls of China. They do the same thing, except the Huns, Shan Yu and the Huns did the same thing, except they used a rope to climb over the walls of China. Federation punk ass gotta use a big ass machine to invade the U.S. What the fuck kind of enemy use first of all, why would you use Odin against the U.S.? That makes no sense. So the Houston operation was like the Olden launch was ready to launch. The Olden launch, they put like the Olden astronauts, like they busting up in the off crew model. They get there was 3 of them. She damn right, there's more of them. There's 3 more of them. He shot all 3. They got into another tunnel. They locked the window. Look out the window. Olden's already firing. Kara's like, what do we do? Houston operator was talking about scuttling the station, like taking over the station. They goes through the next tunnel. The few seconds they were in an explosion. The whole side was completely busted open. I don't know about the rest of them. Karen Baker was sucked out of space. They landed on a big piece of metal, which is what's left of the station. All they were worrying about was taking out Olden. Baker kept shooting at the bad guys. Houston kept naming all the cities, including Chicago. I'm like, seriously? Y'all ain't serious. They get to the Olden, they take the cover off. They started shooting at the fuel tank, and it started blowing up. Kara grabbed one of the ropes and catch Baker. He kept shooting. They damn thing exploding, which leaves 2 astronauts dead in outer space. Now I can't imagine seeing an astronaut out of space and then something bad happens to them out of space. I never seen that before. Back to Logan and Hash in the house. They were out the house. The streets start tearing up. This motherfucker Hash just jumped down the stairs. Oh my god, this dude. The streets started tearing up. The brothers kept running through the streets, running through the house looking for his father. I'm pretty sure his father already got out looking for their sons anyway. They crashed, and then their father picked them up, and that was the end of it. Y'all tell me what you think. This story is crazy. I'm gonna be back with the rest of the review of some of this stuff. Love y'all and good night.